Hi, this is our project on the cell signaling pathway of salmonella. So salmonella is a bacterial infection that is commonly caused by the contamination of food or water. Salmonella's ligand is the signaling molecule NaCyl, or also known as AHL, and the receptor is the AHL homoserine lactone receptor, and this receptor is a tyrosine kinase receptor. So the salmonella bacteria uses a signaling molecule called NaCyl, or also known as AHL, to communicate. Um, so as you can see in this diagram, the salmonella creates the signaling molecule AHL, which binds to AHL homoserine lactone receptor, and this receptor is a tyrosine kinase receptor. And when the signaling molecules bind to the receptors, um, the proteins start to change shape and form a dimer. And this activates a cycle of secondary messengers, which are phosphorylated inside of the cell. When this happens, it creates a response which orders the creation of more proteins. And when there's more creation of more proteins, there's an increase in cellular growth or cellular reproduction. And when this happens and there's enough salmonella bacteria, the salmonella bacteria conduct a virulence on the host. And this can lead to some pretty bad symptoms, which include diarrhea, fever, abdominal pains, and chills. So in this diagram, you can see that there is a mousetrap game. This mousetrap game is just like the cell signaling pathway of salmonella. When you rotate the spinner, it causes a force to be created that causes the metal ball in the bucket to drop. And when this metal ball drops, it starts the reaction. And this reaction is just like the creation of the signaling molecule AHL, which binds to the AHL homoserine lactone receptors and starts the signal transduction pathway. So after the metal ball drops, it goes down a path, and this path is analogous to the signal transduction pathway of salmonella. So just like how the ball has to go down the pathway with many turns, the transduction pathway of salmonella in the same way has to go through many processes to phosphorylate the secondary messengers. And after the ball goes down this pathway, it hits the stick, which releases a ball that falls down and sends a guy flying into the bucket, which then releases the trap and captures the mice. This part of the mouse trap is just like the response of the salmonella signal pathway, in which the secondary messengers ultimately cause the salmonella virulence and the symptoms that happen afterwards.